Hi.
Okay, so how are the elements of plot important in these stories? These two short stories.
Mm. So when I read the cast of Amontillado, it talks about the revenge thing, and
You
it's kind
guys do a
of
quick summary about it, about the stories.
oh yeah. Okay, there's a two story about it. The first one is the what they call it, the cast of Amontillado. It talks about literally a guy who wants to revenge to one person.
Oh,
It
the
is.
movie, like the movie?
It has a movie, A
Wait, what's the
Casamantelado.
movie? What's it called again?
The Cask of Amontillado.
Okay, I think I know which one. Not the movie, it's a book. Okay, sorry.
Okay, the narrator is Montresor, and the other one is Fortunato. And Montresor is want to take revenge to Fortunato, and he wants the exact revenge, like what happened to him. He wants it. What happened? He wants to do it to Fortunato. And it says here, wait, technically that is the and then there's the other story, the lottery. This is where the villages they gather together in a one day and they do the lottery where they put something inside the that is something that I didn't understand. But at the end it's something like the weird thing happened.
Yeah. Um, okay, I'm gonna quickly go. I need to go to the assignment that says all the elements of the plot.
Oh yeah.
Let me look for that in a second. Mm, okay.
I may have just realized something. That if I mute myself, does that mean that I muted you guys? Or is it just me when with the recording?
No, I think it should just be you.
Okay.
Because
Which
it's just like recording the discussion. It's not just
okay.
recording. Yeah, you're good. Okay, so how are the elements of plot important in these stories? Um, I feel like in the one about revenge, like that one, like there's a lot leading up to the climax. So that's like um like the rising action and the what is it called? Like the exposition. Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
looking at the little parts of the plot. But like those are definitely like apparent in that one because like it has to like lead up to the big climax of the story.
Yeah. So when you talked about in the inciting incident of the Amantilo, like something they go to the wine cellar deeper, and then it talks about the story that those part is like um they're going deeper under the mansion, I guess, or the wine cellar, and then it's the story tells that what is the name again, Montesor. No, yeah, Montresor family. The deepest part of the Montresor wine cellar is like where there is people, there are dead bodies inside there that the family are putting part of their crime, something.
Yeah.
So technically, the some of the story is, it is part of the, it's going in an inciting incident, and then they're going to rising action where there's a tension. There's the tension is starting because Fortunato is trying to worried what happening, like where are we going,
Yeah.
and also part of the lottery where the people are start putting their names, or the one, what is the name again, Mr.
Um, trying to find it.
Mr.
Mr. Summers?
Yeah, Mr. Summers. He was trying to start calling the names of the people to put a paper. Yeah, they're mixed up the slip of paper in the box. Oh no, they are a paper inside the box, and they're gonna pick something, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the story didn't, I didn't get what is inside the paper or what's supposed to be inside the paper, but they're one
Yeah,
that,
I was kind of confused about that too. Was it just their names?
no, it says like it's just, there's one that got the win the lottery, and then the last part, Tessie, she got the paper with the dot, and then they start throwing her stones, like part of the tradition of the lottery. I think the one who lose, we're gonna throw stones, something like that.
Oh.
So that's the plot
Oh,
of the
okay.
lottery.
Yeah,
Is
the lottery.
drawing out the name, and whoever gets the piece of paper with a dot on it gets stoned.
Yeah, that's kind of confusing in this story. But it's Tessie, the one in the last part. She has the one, the paper with the dot, and then it says here in this that she's saying it isn't fair, she said, and a stone hit her on the side of the head. And old man Warner was saying, come on, everyone. And Steve Adam was in the front of the crowd of villagers with Mrs. Graves beside him. It isn't fair, Mrs. Hudson, who is Tessie, screamed, and then they were upon her. So this is like they're starting throwing stone to her when they figured out that she get the paper with the dot inside. So there's kind of part of their lottery or tradition that they have in their village.
Yeah.
It's an annual thing. It like is that
Yeah,
what
they're
happens
doing
every year? What is it
yeah
for?
they're
Is it to like for like the for population issue? Like, was that a
yeah
problem
they
in their
have
village? Were they
a 100 population in their village.
just to bring it down
Yeah, they are.
by
It says
stoning a person to death?
it's not her turning a person to death. I think that is one of the plot of the story where there is a great pile of stone on one corner square guarded. That's mean those stones are like part of the lottery thing. And then yeah, at the last part they start throwing stone to the one who had the paper with the dot.
Interesting. And then the cask,
The
cask of
cast, and then
Amontillado. That
the
was a
cast
revenge one.
yeah, the revenge one, the what is it again? The cast amontillado. At the last part, this is the interesting because Fortunato thought that Montresor is just kidding. Like he just laughed. And he said, "This is a good, yeah, ha ha ha, hey hey hey, a very good joke indeed, an excellent gist. We will have many rich laugh about it at the palazzo. He he he. Over our wine. He he he. Like Fortunato is just laughing. And then the amantilado, I said, and then he laughed again. Yes, the amantilado, but it's not getting late. Will not. I think they're going deeper in the inside the mansion, just going to the wine cellar. But Montresor is really planning something that they go deeper to the inside the mansion. They go even to the place where the dead people of the family, or yeah, the dead people in the family of Montresor are in, like, underneath that area. You know, when the old story, if there is a castle or a mansion, technically under the house or the mansion, there is a grave. There is a dead people, or those rich people putting
Oh,
the
like
dead people underneath. You're getting it? The same thing as this one. Like, Fortunato thought it was just they're just kidding, and they're just looking for the amantilado. And then Fortunato said, "For the love of God, Montresor," and then that is the last word that he Montresor heard from Fortunato, and then he never answered again. And then just like he disappeared. It was the dampness of the catacombs that made it so. I hastened to make an end of my labor. I forced the last stone into his position. I plastered up against the moon. I think he buried him alive.
Wait, in
the
the
last part of
cask
his
one?
revenge. Wait,
Yeah, the last
read it
part.
again.
What? Did I miss that part?
Read it again.
Because it's a, this is just my understanding. I no answer. So there, on the last part, Fortunato thought Montresor is just kidding, and then he clipped he just Montresor, the last word he said, Fortunato last said words is, "For the love of God, Montresor." And then the narrator, but to these words I hearkened in vain for a reply. I grew impotent. I called aloud, "Fortunato." No answer. I called again. And then Fortunato. No answer still. I thrust a torch through the remaining aperture and let it fall within. There came forth in return only jingling of the bells. My heart grew sick. It was the dampness. No, just kidding. He didn't.
Okay, I was like, it
There
doesn't
is
sound like
but Fortunato, something happened to him.
Yeah,
Something happened to him that he didn't even like.
like he got his revenge, right?
Yeah, he got the revenge, but he didn't see Fortunato again. Like, I forced the last stone into his position. I plastered it up against the new monster. I erected the old rampart of bones of the half of the century no mortal had disturbed them in pace requiescat. What is this? What is the meaning of this one? So something happened to Fortunato that rest in peace. The last word, it said, "May he rest in peace." He
So he
died.
did kill him?
I
he
think
killed him or he just died.
he.
Plot twist.
No answers. I thrust a torch through the remaining aperture and let it fall within. So he just
So it wasn't revenge, he was actually going to kill him. Is there any other questions that we have to answer?
Let me see. Okay, now it says, how does the exposition either tell us, wait to tell us, or not tell us things about characters that add to how we respond to the story? So the exposition is the
Exposition.
the part of the story where we learn about the characters and the setting. So like, how did like the characters in the setting like affect the plot?
Again, sorry.
Just like, how did the characters and the settings affect the plots of the story? I feel like in the lottery one, like the guy is like pretty confident. Not, what's his name, Mr. Summers, right?
Yeah.
Like he's like kind of maybe even like, I don't know, like he's not very like emotional kind of, which like kind of helps because like they're literally like stoning a person and like he doesn't really care that much, you know what I mean? So I feel like that affects the story because it kind of makes it seem like it's not that big of a deal what they're doing, maybe.
Yeah, what they're doing. Yeah, from what you guys have shared, it seems like
Yeah.
quite normal in that.
But
town.
it said part of the lottery says some of the village stopped doing the lottery thing that they're doing. And then it says like it's terrible. Why you're stopping it? Like their life gonna be terrible if they've gonna stop doing the lottery.
If they
Is-
stop doing the lottery?
Yeah.
They
Because some of the village
Yeah.
Is that what's different in that year that they choose to stop it?
No, so I read from the story that some of the village stopped doing the lottery, and I don't have no idea why. But and then they said why
Hi,
stopping it makes like a
hi.
terrible, like making it a terrible
Yeah.
thing.
So it's definitely like pretty divided.
Some places have already quit lotteries, Mrs. Adams said. Nothing but trouble in that. Old man Warner said Scott shoutly. Pack
Wait,
of young fools.
is Mrs. Hutchinson the one who was getting
Yeah.
stoned? Is she the one that picked
Yes,
up? Okay.
she's Tessie.
Okay.
She's what?
She's Tessie, the one who been stoned.
Yeah.
So does
I think
anything in her character kind of make any difference in the exposition of the story?
I think she kind of like riled some people up, like, and like brought like awareness kind of to it, like because she was
For the
saying like,
lottery?
yeah, because she was like saying like how unfair it was.
And then she got stoned?
Yeah, because she's the one that picked it.
she was
The one with the dot.
the paper.
Yeah,
So
but like
she's the
the
one that went
last
against
line,
the
it's
lottery, and then she's the one that got stoned.
yeah,
That's sad.
yeah,
Do you reckon that was done on purpose? Like, did you think they
yeah,
knew which one piece of paper had the dot and which one didn't?
yeah. Honestly, but
I think Mr. Summer and Mr. Warner are the ones who are really confident that they're not gonna be the one who's gonna be stoned.
yeah,
Because in the story, there are technically a tradition black box that they're using, but they have to change it, like because it lost, and then they have to get a new one, and then the other one suggesting that they should get another one because the last one is being like shoved or like being ugly or started to be, and then they
yeah.
start doing, instead of instead of um they said another one word I forgot, but they're not usually using paper, they're using something else. they're not using paper before, but now they start using paper. So something like that. In this lottery, there's something going on, like um changing it or manipulating the result or something.
Yeah. Okay, so I think the last question we have to discuss is how is the conflict resolved or not resolved, and how does that add to the story's message? In the lottery one, like the last line, Mrs. Hutchinson is screaming how it's not fair and it's not right. So, and I am guessing like she still gets stoned, right? Like
Yeah.
even more than that. So, yeah, I don't think the conflict was resolved, but like it adds to the story's message because then it like shows, I think it kind of shows like people don't really care that much unless it's like happening to you. Like maybe she was like she's so against it and it was happening to her, but like other people in the town, if they were getting stoned, they probably would be against it too. But just because they're not, they aren't really like sticking up for her.
It's
But
true. I think in the cast of Amantilo, this is what really Montresor, I think, really want to happen. Like he really want to kill Fortunato
yeah,
because in the first line he really described Fortunato like, but when he vented upon insult I vowed revenge. Like, oh, so like Montresor get a lot of insult from Fortunato, and then like he just want get an revenge, and he make a perfect revenge. He just let
yeah,
Fortunato died inside the mansion.
yeah,
And that's something yeah, interesting because we thought it the story never tell that he wants us to be dead. Like
yeah. He just says he wants
he
revenge.
just said that he wants a revenge, but technically he didn't say anything about killing him or what he done.
Yeah,
I thought he was just want to like insult him in front of the other group or other friends because he's giving him a like he's giving him more alcohol, like you want him to be drunk and be insulted
yeah,
in other people, but killing him is not just in the whole story, no idea what is gonna happen, and a good
yeah.
plot.
Perfect. Okay, well, I'll write the thing and then I'll turn it in. And I think we're good. Is everyone good? Anything
Yes,
else to add? Yay.
thank
Okay, well,
you.
thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.